surprised how many sellers in Canby lose thousands of dollars, not because of the market, not because of their home's condition, but because of one simple mistake. It's something I see way too often, and it's totally avoidable if you know what to watch for. So if you're thinking about selling your home here in Canby or the North Willamette Valley, stick around. This could save you more than just money. It could save you a whole lot of stress. Today, we're talking about one of the biggest mistakes I see sellers make, especially in a shifting market like we're seeing right now in 2025, and how you can avoid it. But before we dig in, just a super quick favor. Would you mind subscribing to my channel, Living in Portland Suburbs, and then hit the bell to be notified if you want to stay in the know with content like this? I absolutely appreciate your consideration. So back to our topic. What is this mistake? It's a big one that I see happening a lot, which is pricing your home based on emotion or outdated information instead of real current market data. And I get it. When you've lived in a home for years, you've raised a family there, you've poured love and money into your updates, it's really difficult to separate that emotional value from what buyers are actually willing to pay in today's market. But here's the truth. Buyers don't care what you paid for the home. They don't care how much you spent on that kitchen renovation or even how much your neighbor sold their house for a couple years ago. What they care about is the value today based on what else they can get for that exact same price. And here's where timing really matters. The Canby market is softening. Compared to this time last year, we're seeing longer days on market, more price reductions, and fewer, if any, multiple offer situations. Inventory is slowly rising, which means buyers have more choices and they are taking more time to make decisions. That shift puts pressure on sellers to price their homes competitively and present them well right out of the gate. So now price is a huge piece of it, but it's not the only one. In this market, you've got to do more than just list your home. I call it the post and pray. You've got to prepare it, and that means stepping into the shoes of today's buyer. They are not just looking for a house. They're looking for a feeling, a lifestyle, a place they can see themselves living. So let's start with a few things you can do to help with all this. Start with your curb appeal, first of all. I know it sounds basic, but first impressions are everything. Power wash the front walk, trim your hedges, add a few fresh plants or flowers near the entryway. Even repainting the front door can go a long way. Buyers decide how they feel about a home before they step inside, and you've only got a few seconds to get that first impression just right. Once those buyers are inside the home, aim for clean, light, and neutral. Decluttering is key, and less is always more. You want the buyers to be focused on your space and not your stuff. If there are rooms that feel dark or dated, sometimes changing out a light fixture or adding a fresh coat of paint can breathe new life into a space that feels dull. I always help my sellers know exactly where to spend a little effort for the biggest return and try to make it easy on you because it's a big, big commitment to sell your home. And yes, staging helps, whether that's a full-on professional staging session or just styling what you already have in a more appealing way. It absolutely helps to create an emotional connection. Here in Canby, especially with so many charming homes, we've got farmhouse style, single-level ranches, and those newer construction homes. Styling a home to highlight its character is absolutely going to make it stand out online and in person. Another key piece is you want to make sure everything is working as it should. That dripping faucet, fix it. Replace those burned out light bulbs. Make sure the furnace and AC are working. Maybe have a contractor come out and check it. Small issues can make buyers worry that there are bigger ones hiding behind the walls. And when you're in a market like 2025, where buyers are moving slower and being even more cautious, those little things can absolutely give them pause. The truth is, in a softer market, these details matter more than ever, actually. Price smart, prep thoroughly, present beautifully. That is how you can sell well in today's Canby, Clackamas County, and North Willamette Valley market. So here's what I do to help my sellers avoid making pricing mistakes. I run a hyper-local market analysis. We look closely at recent sales, the active competition, and buyer behavior. That's not just what's sold, but what's sitting, what is getting showings, and what's completely being ignored by the public. I guide you through the prep process step by step, so we're not guessing. We're making informed decisions because your home only gets one chance to make a great first impression, and we want to nail it. So even if you're just thinking about selling in Canby and you want to avoid the #1 mistake that costs sellers the most, let's talk. To make things a little easier for you, feel free to scan that QR code that's on the screen. I'm Jennifer Schurter, your local real estate expert located here in Canby, covering the South Clackamas County and North Willamette Valley areas. And you know what? I would just be honored to help you make the smartest possible move. I will look forward to seeing you next time.